themselves buckled in here to get ready to go in this 80-lap sprint.
You know, remember, Nasora had a problem with the rack and pinion steering in his race car. Did not make it out in the first heat. Came out in the third heat. He's the point leader. Keep your eyes on drivers like Richard Savory. They'll be strong. Jeff Malave returning to the competition. Jeff Rocco, Troy Talman, and the list goes on and on. Get ready. It's showtime. And don't count out Rowan Pennick. He's hot after success. He is a big, strong competitor in this Valenti series. The green is out. Here's Matt Buckler and John Spence with the call.
And John Jr. sends him off in the turn number 1, the ground-pounding modifieds of the Valenti Modified Racing Series with the VMR S80 and down the back straightaway, Matt. It is going to be Dave Etheridge leading the parade out of turn number 4.
And here comes Rowan Pennick. It didn't take him long for Pennick to move in. He takes second from Schneider, and Meserve moves into the top 3.
Well, Meserve moves into the top 3 off the turn. Here comes Keith Rocco. Then all of a sudden, moving forward is Medeiros. It's short-lived. Schneider is there as they work their magic off 4.
Medeiros is going to go to the bottom here, inside Schneider off turn number 4, then nerf by down the front straightaway. Medeiros has been impressive in this new ride here tonight.
He certainly has, man. Look at that number 1 car. He's sticking in on the inside.
And he is being challenged by Schneider on the outside and trying to stick his nose in is Sammy Raymal, the 15-year-old, as he is a factor early on. And now it is a 14 trying to move up as a strong start from Barney.
The Reno kid continues to impress. Look at the Barney kid from New Jersey in the number 14. That 17-year-old driver is right up behind Raymo on the front straightaway.
He was so excited to come to Stafford. His family has so much history here with Tony Siscol, Reggie Ruggiero, and a host of other drivers. Look at the Ramos kid. He's challenging for the 5th spot. Car number 6 is a man on a mission. He moves down underneath Medeiros in the 1.
We can't say it enough. 15 years old. This kid just continues to impress each and every race with this Valenti Modified Racing Series. You know, we were talking to the Barney kid down in the pit area today. He said, I wish I could run more races with this series. Some of our events being up north is way too far for him to travel out of Jackson, New Jersey.
And it is at number 14, Barney trying to tap dance his way around Medeiros. That isn't happening. Now Jeff Gallup moves up as he is in the top 10. And maybe a great start for the 68 of Keith Rocco. He is in the top 3, ready to put some pressure on Rowan Pennick.
A guy to keep your eyes on is Stephen Massey. Massey started in the 18th position. He's already up to 12. The man in black is moving trouble down the back straightaway. Medeiros literally went for a wild ride up on the back end of the Barney machine.
Did a great job to save that car heading into turn number 3. Mike Willis Jr. running 8th right now in that brand new Troya mount out of Grantham, New Hampshire. A.B. Guile, the sponsor on that car, and he right now is chasing down car number 14, Barney.
But Barney is trying to make a move on the outside against Sammy Raymo. So the 15-year-old loses a position, and now Barney is going after Dan Meserve.
He certainly is, and on that previous lap, the flagman had a clenched flag pointing it down the front straightaway at somebody. He saw something he didn't like, and I think he was issuing a warning.
I think you're right, and it was a warning that was flashing impressively. Still, keep your eyes on Massey coming to the front. Also, Richard Savory, never count him out, or Galco in that 76 car. John, you know the story there. He hasn't been behind the wheel long, but he's really looking strong.
This is only his second appearance driving the Perry operation in car number 76. And yes, you're right, he's done a nice job in those 2 appearances.
And he is hanging out on the back bumper of the Schneider car. And it is Meserve getting ready to challenge Rocco for a top 3 position. And what about Dave Etheridge? It seems when he comes back home to Connecticut, he usually has a stellar performance, and that has been the case for the first 12 and a half laps.
Richard Savory just picked up another spot with car number 99. He's threading the needle rather nicely through traffic. Look at the Barney kid, car number 14, right there on the inside, and digging in on the outside is still Ramo, but already the Barney youngster has found a line of this racetrack. It makes him a contender. He's up to the 4th spot, Matt, and he's still going forward.
But what are the odds of that happening? As Barney has bobbed and weaved his way into 4th, and he is not content with that. He's trying to fireball his way under Keith Rocco, and he pulls off the move.
The Jackson, New Jersey high-charging teenager in car number 14 is putting on a show here tonight as Carl Medeiros Jr. is in the infield, and John Jr. is trying to wave him back out onto the speedway or down in the pit road.
Ripple effect further back in the field. Matt Mead got bounced around a bit with car number 77. Medeiros comes back out. Deep into turn number 3, the leader still remains. David Etheridge, one of our own here at Stafford. Matt and I watched David Etheridge come up through the ranks in the pro stock division. He did a great job in his early days of his career, and he's doing a great job here tonight.
Certainly is. Very quiet guy, comes to do his job, and he does it well here when this series is running here. And he's also run well with us at Waterford Speedboat.
And right now, Etheridge is running fast enough to take the lead, but conservatively enough to save his tires for the second half of the race. And the man who has put on the show so far, he's only 17 years old, as Blake Barney. He is close enough to do chin-ups on the spoiler of the Rowan Pettit car.
Blake Barney's up to the 3rd spot. Rocco is up for 4th, and Dan Missouri Jr. now in the 6th spot because Sammy Ramo moved into position number 5, John.
He certainly did. He went by Dan Missouri Jr. to nail down that 5th spot running right now. And we're watching the number 4 car, Jeff Gallup, as he comes down the front straightaway, racing hard behind Dan Missouri Jr., trying to catch up to that blue number 45, and he's right behind him.
Bill Schneider making a move underneath Massey. That is a fight for the 9th position. And Schneider just came up short. Richard Savory behind him. And then Galco. So they're all going after Gallup in the 4 car.
Keep your eyes on Richard Savory. He just clicked off the fastest lap of the race. 19.114. Car number 99, even though it's stuck in the middle pack of cars in 11th, just clicked off the quickest lap of the race.
This series has enjoyed 4 different winners here in 2017. Can we see a 5th one here tonight, or will we see a 5th one tonight? Etheridge is setting a hot pace right now with 22 laps ready to click up on the scoreboard as they come down the front straightaway.
Matt, keep your eyes on the Massey machine. Him and Snyder almost came together, and that's where Richard Savory's running.
And Schneider was able to squeeze by the 13 car. Well, Stafford regulars have usually done well in this race. Now, Dave Etheridge is a Stafford regular, but that was about 20 years ago. But he hasn't forgotten how to get around here.
Richard Savory went right by the inside of Talbot in car number 3, Savory in the 99. So Richard is on the move, but stand more toward the front, and you've got Barney only about 2 car lengths behind Rowan Pettit on the back straightaway.
You know, Rowan Pettit looked so quick in practice today. They came late. They did not really make many adjustments to the car. Gary Casella has a magical formula, and we know what a winning and championship driver that Rowan Pettit is here at Stafford.
Well, we have 2 teenagers in the top 5. Barney in 3rd, Ramo in 5th. So that is a pretty unique thing right there. Then it's Dan Missouri Jr. following him. Gallup almost got out of shape in the 4 car. It's breathing heavily on the back bumper was Mike Willis.
He's right there. Schneider's going to go to the high side of Willis heading into turn number 3. Willis Jr. dips to the bottom of the 4th corner. Down the front straightaway, out drag races the 4th car. Schneider's right there. Caution is on the speedway.
The caution is out, John, for the Moeller machine, car number 35 that spun.
To the tail end. As the instructions from the flag stand is to go side by side and get ready to go back to green here. 25 laps completed in this 80-lap run.
And it will be interesting to see if Dave Etheridge can build up the kind of lead he had before the caution came out. He is going to be in a high-pressure area because Rowan Pettit will be to his outside. And what about the driver that nobody, not too many people know much about him, Blake Barney, but his grandfather had some great cars. At number 14 brings back a lot of memories to people. And that's the way it used to run when the Reg was behind the wheel.
Certainly did. Jimmy Ballou and a lot of other great drivers have sat behind the wheel of the Barney race cars. There is the green, and Etheridge wastes no time at all to quickly move back and command this event.
Jumped right on that throttle, takes the parade down the back straightaway. Got some side-by-side racing going on as Barney's dealing with a competitor on the outside heading into the turn, and that competitor is Dan Meservey Jr. He won his first tour-type race ever in his career. He's been racing modifieds for a lot of years, and he nailed on his first one in July at the USA Speedway. Shared the honors with Talbot, who also won his first tour-type race at Lee that night.
And Richard Savory is coming to the front of the class. To the outside goes Meservey as they come off the turn. Matt, we've seen this combination work magic here before in Stafford.
And here is Savory to the outside of Ramo. So Savory, that's one of the guys who usually, he's like Todd Owen in the SKs, usually gets better as the race goes on. He is hanging tough on the outside. Ramo almost got out of shape, but he is able to reel it back in.
There's no question about it, John. Wherever you look in that top 10, you've got some real good, hard racing going on.
Absolutely. And look at the side-by-side stuff happening here with Blake Barney down on the bottom in that red number 14, the blue number 45. Dan Meservey Jr. working him over from the outside. Ramos right up behind Richard Savory. Savory in the 99s behind Meservey. And as they roll on to turn number 2, Nocella's coming up through in car number 92. This might be a time for Nocella to show what he may have. He had problems down in during the practice sessions today, as Ben pointed out, the whole steering issue that he had here the last time they raced here surfaced again today.
Look at Richard Savory, Matt. Savory is a man on a mission. He now moves into the 6th spot. His next target becomes, we got 3 cars around.
That needs one of them.
But one is Medeiros is the other car, and it looks like we believe it's the Massey car. It is the third
Happy to see him back here tonight. He currently is running in the 11th position, driving the red number 14M.
And it's not an illusion. That happens to be one of the old Barney cars that they have purchased. That's why it's red and the number 14.
And Jeff Malavi, when he was a regular in the SK division at Stafford, you could count on him for 1 or 2 victories every season. He was a very consistent competitor here at Stafford.
Okay, 50 circuits left. John Spence and Matt Buckler bringing you the excitement as we get them fired back up.
Alrighty, we're watching the flag stand, we're watching the pace car pull down into the heart of the infield, and we're watching the front row get back on the throttles as they come down the front straightaway. And again, Etheridge just blows right out there into the lead as they head into the corner. And look at the side-by-side action, Matt, as they battle for the number 2 position. And look at this, Penix on the outside, he got hung out a little bit there.
And here is Savory. He may make him pay for that as they stomp their way off of turn number 3. The fastest bullet in the chamber belongs to Richard Savory, who's on the verge of taking 3rd away from Penix.
Keith Rocco's on the charge too, strong off 2 as they head down the back straightaway. Etheridge opened up about maybe 2 cars between he and the Keith Rocco ride in the number 2 position as they come down the straightaway.
Almost on cue, Anthony Nocella with that number 6, with that number 92 car moves into the 6th spot. Trouble now, a little bit of a caffeine twitch further back in the field. Ramos had a little bit of a problem there. Back up front, leader still remains David Etheridge. Keith Rocco still in 2nd. Richard Savory in the 3rd spot. Penix is 4th, and Blake Barney rounds out the top 5.
Pointing out the 20th starting position was Tony Rickey as Savory moves to the inside, challenging Rocco for the number 2 spot on the bottom of the number 4 corner, and he's going to wrestle that position away. Rolls in the 2nd, as now Savory is going after car number 34. Back on the 20th starting position, Tony Rickey. He is right now, Rickey is in the 9th position after starting 20th.
Trouble now down into turn number 1, car number 19, the Schneider machine, makes contact with the outer wall. Forward of that car, with Medeiros being on pit road as we speak. About ready to get him fired back up again. What do you think, John? You've witnessed a lot of these events. Does Dave Etheridge have enough to hold off the second-generation driver, Richard Savory, who's been very, very quick and very strong here tonight?
I think it's going to be tough. I'd like to see Dave Etheridge pop one off. But boy, he's got some pressure over his shoulder as they come back to green down the front straightaway. He shoots right back out in front. Rocco's going to go to the bottom here and challenge for the number 2 spot and squeeze by Savory. Rolls off the number 2 turn in hot pursuit of car 34.
And almost backpedaling was Barty that time as he dropped back to 8th place as they scorched their way off the corner. Keith Rocco trying to get inside position on Etheridge.
Nisella now tries to move up a spot. He does. He sets in the 5th spot. Barney is up to 6th, and Donnie Lashaway, car number 17. He is really making some noise coming to the front of this field. Donnie Lashaway is a guy that also doesn't get the recognition he deserves.
Long-time veteran. He's done it on dirt successfully, and he's also been very successful up in New Hampshire in both modifieds and pro stocks throughout his long career. And he's been hooked up with Jack Bateman now for the last few seasons, and they really have got him going here. Second in the point standings coming into the show here at Stafford tonight.
And he almost was able to get underneath Barney, came up short. So he is surrounded by a couple of number 14 cars, Barney and Malavey. And at the front of the field, it continues to be Etheridge leading by a tractor trailer over Kid Rock.
And already up, Lashaway come from 25th. He's worked his magic, got into the top 10, bottom of the top 7, and he's not done yet. Now Savory continues to run to the inside of Keith Rocco. Nice move by Savory to the bottom of turn 1. And they're coming back to the halfway marker, John. And what a battle for second.
That's where the action is right now, Ben. But as you look back through, Pennick's still there. I mean, he is some distance back. But we are now halfway. Let's see if Nosella and Pennick turn it up a bit. And they'll wiggle Savory to the inside, and he moves into the number 2 position. Richard Savory, his dad's a Hall of Famer, and this second-generation racer has had a lot of success with the Valenti Modified Racing Series.
Look at timing and scoring, man. Richard Savory clicked off a 3.46, but David Etheridge in the same lap clicked off a 2.44.
And now the best battle on the track is for 4th and 5th between Rowan Pennick and Anthony Nisella. So the reigning point leader, Nisella, doing a great job here as he pesters the back bumper of the Pennick car.
Stays right there, too, Matt, off of turn number 2. Savory's got his leg in it, but so does Dave Etheridge. Really has been impressive here. Took the field to green, and he's held the top spot all 43 laps so far.
He's got his leg in it and his entire body.
Sure does, Matt. That's the strongest we've seen him run in quite some time. So long overdue for a victory. Had a great car at Waterford in the first visit this season. Met with destruction, didn't give up. They kept digging, set out several races. But John, I think he's stronger than ever and more confident than ever.
But I'll tell you, I'm looking at the scoring here on our monitor in the tower. Savory is fast closing on the race leader, getting through the corners quickly, and he certainly has plenty of power down the straightaways.
He's about a 1/10 of a second faster per lap. On that last lap, he was about 0.04 of a second faster than Etheridge. So he is definitely closing, and we're going to have a heated battle for 3rd and 4th between Pennick and Rocco.
David Etheridge has driven a perfect line. He hasn't faltered or did anything at all except maintain that line, and he still has got a good lead. Last circuit by 363 for Etheridge, 271 for Richard Savory, 395 for Rowan Pennick.
They certainly have gone off into another zip code, so a lot of attention is going to focus on the battle for 3rd to see if Rocco can catch up there. Now look at Barney and Malave, the 14 cars.
You're not seeing double, John.
No.
They both look identical. One's got an M on it, and that's the Malave car.
And it's a good thing we have electronic scoring, because we're able to tell you that Blake Barney is in front of Malave every now and then. He tries a whirling dervish his way underneath Barney. Lashua continues to move up, and we're going to have a showdown right now between Mike Willis in the 83, and not far away is Tony Rickey in the 20.
Matt, you'll love this one. When I was speaking with Malave this afternoon, I said, hey, Mike, and he's a diehard Big Dog Giant fan. I like to stress that. I said, hey, you're flying Y.A. Tittle's number. He says, that's right. But he says it was my number when I first started racing.
A lot of history there as well. Meanwhile, David Etheridge continues to hit his marks impressively. Last circuit by, Etheridge turned a quicker lap than Savory. And Matt, that hasn't happened in quite a while.
No, as Etheridge may be getting a little late life here for the final 29 laps. I think a very hungry driver is Richard Savory, because Stafford is a one track where success has eluded him, and I think he wants to rectify that situation tonight.
And he certainly is looking strong in that department. Anthony DeSella is still up on the board in the 5th spot. Blake Barney is 6th, Malave is 7th, Donnie Lashaway is 8th. 9th is Tony Rickey, and 10th is Mike Willis.
Robert Johnny drops out of the race, down behind the wall in the number 12.
Now, Richard Savory said before the racing started tonight, watch me on lap number 79. That's when I hope to be at my best. So here he comes, and he still has a long way to go. A slower car in their way of Jeff Gernhardt, and both are able to navigate their way beyond it without any difficulty.
So the field is pretty well strung out over the top 5 positions or more as they continue to look down the back straightaway with leaders. And Etheridge has been able to keep that number 99 car back. Then do you think he can do it the rest of the way?
You look at timing and scoring. Etheridge turned to 372 on the last circuit. Savory a 344. What does that mean? In simple terms, it means that Savory is getting a tick quicker, and that's all it is, Matt.
Well, the top 2 cars right now could fit in a piggy bank with Dave Etheridge trying to extend his lead over Savory. But Savory, a veteran, he knows he wants to save something. He said, watch me on lap number 79. And now the yellow comes out.
Turn number 4, it looks like 5th spot, Matt, and we have to count him into that contention.
Yeah, you got to feel that for Anthony DeSella, the race really hasn't even started yet. So he is getting ready to brace himself for the final 25 laps of helter-skelter activity.
Remember, there's fireworks at the conclusion of this event. I realize there's been plenty of fireworks tonight, but
I would say so. The Gricci brothers haven't had this many fireworks.
That was just a preliminary round.
Okay, let's see what's going to happen. Now, on all the previous starts, we all would agree that David Etheridge was right on top of his game. But will this one be the deal breaker or the deal maker?
Green's out. Here we go. And Savory's going to pull it right up around the outside, going into the corner. We may have a new leader, and we do off of turn number 2.
As Savory got in the jet stream and takes over the lead, here comes Rocco. And Rocco moves into second, and now Pennick is going after Etheridge.
There's a trouble in between the 3rd and 4th corner. There's 2 cars, 3 cars, 2 are down on the grass, and Moeller's out there. And we have another car that's going to be number 4, Gallup, up against the wall. He's got his car refired, and Moeller's coming back out, but the caution is on the speedway.
And that might help out Etheridge, because I don't know if we completed that lap.
No.
As in the Valenti series, the entire field has to go by the line for the lap to count. You know, so unlike some of the weekly series. So we are getting ready to fire them up. Ready to launch between Etheridge and Savory.
Okay. Here we go. Colby Fournier is going to make it back out. Massey is going to make it. Moeller, they're still working on the right front of that car.
If Pennick and Rocco have anything for the front, they're going to have to show it.
You are so right. Nacella still there. And that Blake Barney kid, he's making a name for himself here at Stafford.
Green flag on the speedway. Wow, things got a little jacked up out here. No harm, no foul.
David Etheridge in command, and who's the tail that wags the dog now? It is Rowan Pennick. What a move by Pennick. And all of a sudden, here comes Rocco. The door is open. Rowan Pennick is the brand new leader, but the caution is out.
And it looked like the caution bailed out.
But here we go. Massey coming back out. No, Massey's going behind the wall. You're right, John. His night has been a difficult one, to say the least. Okay, let's see if Etheridge can maintain and hold on to that number one spot. Pretty stout company. We saw Pennick make a Timex timely move. Here they come again.
And the green flag back on the speedway. This time Etheridge has a little bit of advantage going into the corner. He's got a real good advantage here, but look at the number 25. Pennick rolls up his sleeves. Ramos slows out here on the front straightaway, drawing the attention of John Spence. We got a car that slowed dramatically. I think that might have been Malave going into the corner. Four-car battle down the front straightaway.
Car straightened in turn 3.
And let's see if we can get it fired up.
That looks like Andrew Moeller
In the racing world, when they were in high school. They both attended Merrimack, New Hampshire High School back in the early 90s. And here they are today with families, and both of them have been in the flagging business for quite a period of time.
And they're both highly respected and doing a great job. 56 now on the board. Here we go. Mr. Auto Racing, what's going to happen here?
Well, the moment of truth has arrived for Rowan Pennick. Let's see what kind of getaway he can generate. It's Etheridge who gets the upper hand.
It certainly does. But look at the bottom now. It's going to be Pennick on the low side. And Rocco's going to go for the ride out of turn number 2. Here comes Anthony Nocella as he's to the inside. Yeah, Nocella's on the move as he got to the inside of Richard Savory. Nocella's all over Etheridge down the front chute.
You know, interestingly enough, it looks like with Pennick in the lead and Keith Rocco in second, it looks like deja vu, and we're looking at the SKs all over again now.
Yeah, they just went at it about 90 minutes ago. Etheridge had some difficulty in turn number 2, almost wound up in the Ice Road Trucker section of the track, and here comes Nacella, ready to mount a challenge against Etheridge.
He certainly is as they roll off the second corner. Savory's still back there, though. Etheridge pulls away from the 92 car, but I've noticed that the last couple of laps, Etheridge rolls up a little bit through the apex.
Sure does, and it is costing him some valuable time. He's still got a good run, but that was his strongest point of the racetrack early. It is no longer the case. Nacella back up to the 4th spot. Donnie Lashaway and Tony Rickey, I don't think they're done yet, as they're continuing to be strong in 6th and 7th.
Richard Savory now has been demoted to 5th. So he is one spot ahead of Danny Lashwood. And now things are getting interesting at the front. It looks like Keith Rocco is ready to make a racket against Rowan Pennick.
And Rocco is going to go to the bottom here. Who do you think TC's rooting for?
I think he's rooting maybe for a dead heat. As here is the 40-25 of Pennick. And he is leading by a gorilla's arm's length over the 68 of Rocco. Etheridge is still a factor. And you have to think that Keith Rocco is ready for one more serious challenge against the Red Baron.
Tony Rickey moved into the 6th spot, going around Donnie Lashaway. Why that's so important is due to the fact that Christopher was not able to...
goes speed. Contact between he and Galco. Third, 4.
Does a 360, man, and keeps it going. Rickey wasn't even going to be starting in this event if it wasn't for Christopher's mechanical problem. And now Rickey finds himself in 6th and going forward.
Doing a nice job, too, in his Zarnecki number 20.
century is Rowan Pennick, leading by a fire truck over Rocco. And now let's see if Savory can have the giddy-up that he did during the middle portion of the race when he was able to machete his way underneath a lot of cars. Nisella has a firm grip on fourth place.
I wonder if they've come to the point, guys, that maybe the rubber's not there as it was, say, 20 laps ago.
15 circuits and counting in this event for the Valenti Modified Series. Rowan Pennick still your leader. Keith Rocco second. Etheridge is third. Nisella is fourth. And Richard Savory rounds out the top five.
And behind Savory in the number 6 position is Tony Rickey. So he has come from Bear Grylls country in the wilderness to a top 6. Right behind him is Lashley. You could almost say the same thing about him. Then it's Blake Barney, still has a top 10 car, followed by Meserve and Flannery. We haven't talked much about Anthony Flannery, but he has been a pretty consistent driver.
Also, Mike Willis is into the 11th spot, and Matt Galco is up to position number 12.
But speaking of Flannery, he almost made a move in turn number 4, so he is trying to get underneath Meserve. Man, that car has some life left in it, the 25 of Flannery.
Certainly looks it. On in turn number 2, Flannery slows.
All of a sudden, something breaks on the 25 Connecticut while it was running in the 9th spot. Anthony Flannery is off the pace.
Didn't take long for the Jackrabbit to become a turtle.
10 laps to go.
Thank you, Ben. 10 to go here at the stripe for the leaders down the straightaway. Pennick still on top and doing a great job in Gary Casella's number 25. Former champion with this series. And Rowan Pennick
is able to get around Matt Mead. So that car still has some adrenaline, and he is widening his advantage over Keith Rocco.
Pennick is looking for his 11th victory with the Valenti Modified Racing Series. His last win came on May 20th of 2016. So, knocking on the door for number 11.
Bernard made a bold move to get underneath Galco, came up empty. So there is some hard racing behind Meserve as Willis almost got around, getting the heat from Malave. So nobody has given up, especially Rowan Pennick.
You know, you pointed out earlier, Ben, how the race leader, Pennick, the 25 car, Casella, they got here late.
Yeah.
And really didn't have much time to practice. But the thing that was interesting is they were confident that they were going to be okay.
They really were. And, of course, Gary Casella has a magical setup. That's what he calls it. For getting a car around this half-mile facility. And now he's really starting to string it out. Things are really starting to settle in with the exception of heavy traffic up in front of our leader. And Matt, that's what we're seeing now. And look at that gaggle of cars just in front of Rowan Pennick.
4.5 laps left to go, Matt. What do you think is going to happen here?
Well, it is Pennick getting by Andrew Moeller. Now he is going after that number 16 car, Colby Fournier, and Trainer is in front of Fournier. So going to the extreme outside is Rowan Pennick. I think the safest place to be right now for Pennick is on the outside groove.
And Pennick is looking at heavy opposition here from the starter stand. They're giving him the passing flag. But Rowan Pennick, I'm sure, is being told by his spotter, Brian Crowley, that there is no immediate concern here.
Etheridge right up behind Rocco. We'll see how that plays out. 2 laps to go for Rowan Pennick in the 25 car. Picked up his first win of the season with the Valenti Modified Racing Series, and he can keep it all together here in traffic as he goes by Galco. Comes right up behind Trainer in turn number 3, and the white flag is going to be displayed now as they come down the front straightaway, Ben.
Final circuit. Rowan Pennick, a big night here at Stafford. Oh, look at Bernard right in front of the leader. They all make it by. Rowan Pennick still in command. Deep into turn number 3, but guess what? The caution comes out. Oh boy, Matt, you know what that means.
Yes,
You got to say,
get ready.
Okay, Matty.
Familiar words: green, white, checker.
Okay. Fireworks is just around the corner, or will fireworks come early in a little different light? With 78 of 80 now complete. The Valenti Modified Racing Series. Here's John Spence.
18 of the original 26 cars are still in the event. Out of the corner, they come. Drag race, Rocco, Pennick, side by side. Wolf bar going in. Pennick breaks free. And look at who's in third spot. We got a car going around. That's going to be Ricky spinning around in the Zarnicki 20. And that's going to pull down the caution flag. Yellow is on the speedway.
Oh boy.
And if he can pick up 3 more positions, it will be a greater night.
Yep, a better one than that, as the old saying goes. Donnie Lashaway's moved into that top 5, by the way, with that number 17 car. Good run for him. Here we go. Let's hope it all works out this time.
Motors come alive out of the corner. Green flag is back out. Nocella then right on the back bumper of the outside car going into the corner. Rocco solid in third. Etheridge is right there. Freight train down the back straightaway. We got a side-by-side battle going on now. Lashawa and is that Barney? Yeah, Barney with Malave right behind. The white flag is on the speedway.
Final circuit as they head into turn number 2. Rowan Pettick strings it out at the point. Kid Rock runs in second. Nocella in the third spot as they bring him back to the line for the checker.
And the New England Race Fuels, Sunoco Racing Fuel, the official fuel of the series, checkered flags on the field, and Rowan Pettick